yeah, these guys, you know, they still got plenty to fight for. DreamHack may be over, but we have other tournaments. We have Home Story Cup, TSL, and Nation Wars. But here we go. We are finally loading into our second series of the night and spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE. We have the Mexican Protoss player himself representing Team Super. It is Pacomike. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player himself representing Amantes de StarCraft. It is Impact. And I was just checking to confirm, but yes, the Nation Wars qualifiers are in 12 hours. 12 hours. Ay, ay, ay. Are they going to be casted? They better be casted. I swear to God. Yeah, here we go. So a lot of countries are going to be involved. Peru is going to be involved. Peru, Chile. What else here when it comes to Latin American countries? Spain, Bolivia, Brazil. Oh, it's going to be so good. It is going to be amazing. And of course, some of our Ducklings are going to be there as well. Starduck is going to be representing Australia, as well as Eric representing Brazil. When it comes to Mexico, unfortunately, Pacomike won't be a part of that. Instead, it's going to be Special and Chan. But of course, we are still here in Sentimiento Latino. You know, we are still here with the precursor of Nation Wars. And yeah, we'll see how things go. So far, pretty standard openers, nothing too crazy. No one is setting a pylon out on the map. Both players are just keeping their probes alive, looking to try and catch the first units coming out of these gateways. And it looks like mirrored builds so far. Both players opt to go for double Stalker. So again, when it comes to these two units, like, we do have a lot of variety. We can see double Adept, we can see Stalker Sentry, we can see Stalker Stalker, and they are indicative of whether a player wants to be aggressive or not. And as both players go with double Stalker, it's pretty standard, you know, it's relatively safe. You can be aggressive from here as, oh, Pacomike goes straight into two more Stalkers behind this. Meanwhile, Impact goes for Tech instead. Oof. Meanwhile, both players were able to confirm each other's opening units here. Confirm that nothing crazy was going on. Pacomike just hunting down that probe, and ooh, he will get it. Probe does go down. Now he's going to be waddling across the map. Meanwhile, Impact, because he saw the Stalkers, he's just waiting here. He will be able to shoot first on the high ground. He has to be careful though, because Pacomike, we were talking about it, he made a second wave of Stalkers. He will have a bit of a Stalker advantage here because of the Stargate. So Impact has to be a little bit careful. To have two more, or a pair of 6 Stalkers on the way for Pacomike, as 2 more are on the way. I love this. He's even getting a shield battery in his main base. Pacomike hasn't scouted the tech. He doesn't know what Impact is doing, but just in case, he is getting that shield battery, and that will keep him safe and sound from an Oracle. Meanwhile, let's see who shoots first. It looks like MasTeR shoots first. Both players will end up losing 1 Stalker each. Oh, and Impact definitely does come out on top here in this trade. Meanwhile, the Oracle is coming across the map. Another 2 Stalkers are coming in for Pacomike. He's actually got a proxy pylon here. He's reinforcing in the face of his opponent. But how much can reinforcements really do against a shield battery? That is the real question here, as we have another bit of a skirmish. Yo, fighting outside of shield battery range! MasTeR, please! Impact, please, even. At the same time, Oracle across the map doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Pacomike is fully defended back at home. Ooh, Overcharge is popped though. And with the power of Overcharge, Impact has more than enough to defend. Oh my god, but with the completion of Overcharge, we do see that Pacomike, he just dives on in. He just doesn't even care. A couple of shots are used up on these Zealots though, which I don't think was the most intentional. I think there was a little bit of an A move there. Pacomike just doesn't have enough to really keep on pushing forward. I do appreciate how well he was able to trade, and he's able to get 2 more Stalkers in and still out-trade overall. But, oh god, the defender's advantage is just too good. He makes his way all the way into the main. What the hell? And I guess he gets in for a bit of a scout, confirms the Twilight Council, confirms the Blink is on the way, loses everything in the end, and now we should take stock about what we just saw. Oh, it doesn't look good. Does not look good, people. 12 Stalkers for 6? MasTeR trading so efficiently. So incredibly efficiently here. 2-to-1, man. Oh my god. Pacomike just overextending, being overly aggressive. We do see that the worker counts are evening up. But right now, Pacomike doesn't have an army. He just doesn't have a standing army. He's got 4 Adepts. Mate, what the hell are 4 Adepts gonna do? Nothing. Now he's got 3 Adepts. Gonna have 2. Oh. Like, Pacomike with his over-aggression just hasn't paid for itself. Meanwhile, 2 Adepts do finally get into the mineral line here at the natural base. Workers are finally falling. Pacomike dealing the damage that he has to do. 6 probes in the end. Not bad. Pacomike is able to take a lead in this worker count. He takes the 3rd base as well. So even though he's been trading so much more inefficiently, he's catching up in the economy, and he can afford that a little bit. A little bit. But I still can't believe he lost 12 Stalkers. Meanwhile, speaking of dealing probe damage, the Oracle goes across the map, and unfortunately 3 probes were left idle here, left exposed at the 3rd base. Oracle will go down, but, you know, with those 3 probe kills, not bad damage. Does confirm the timing of the 3rd base. Impact is headed across the map here to maybe look to try and deny it. A Blink is now done for both players, but we have a War Prism. We did have that Robo follow-up by Impact. He's ready to keep on going to reinforce and push out across the map, and Impact does have a Stalker lead. Why does he have a Stalker lead? Because Pacomike was just throwing his Stalkers away earlier. He was just throwing them away. And this could be it. We have a Blink on board here. One-shots every single one of these Stalkers, one after the other. Pacomike without a shield battery, sorry, without an overcharge. Can he even cold? Even if he does have the overcharge, it's not going to be enough, mate. Impact, he just takes everything down, including the shield battery. The Blink Stalker micro is good enough. We have the Warp Prism coming in the face of his opponent. We have the Warp in, and GG gets called. Impact takes game number 1. Oof. Again, I feel like Pacomike was having a little bit too much fun at the start of the game. Like, I know that he's the favorite, and I know that he's the older player as well, so he was, you know, feeling like he could make something happen. I'm sure he's like, yeah, I'll just whoop in some additional Stalkers, and I'll just kill you. I'll just out micro you. Didn't work. You know, Impact is a good player. He's a strong player. You can't do that against him. You can't try and clown him like that. And losing all those Stalkers early on just cost him the game. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we are now moving on to game numero dos. Quickly checking here. And I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to the ace match again. Pacomike is a great player. He's amazing. He's beautiful at what he does. Ooh, I believe, man. I believe. See, we'll see how far he can go. Oh, as the lobby has been made, and I was just, yeah, I just want to see what map are we going to play on. Where are we going to be? Is it going to be one of the smaller ones or one of the larger ones? Let's go. I get excited every time I see it. It is going to be Berlingrad. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And we'll see if this is where it all ends, or if Pacomike is going to be able to stage a comeback. Again, Berlingrad has the shortest rush distance out of all the maps in the current map pool. Though, because something that has kind of glossed over a lot of our minds, because there's been a lot of news recently. We've been getting excited about Shadowgate, the new games coming out, but there is a new map pool on the horizon. It's right around the corner. We're getting it soon, TM. Soon. So cherish these maps while you can. Meanwhile, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Berlingrad ALE, we have the Mexican Protoss player himself representing Team Super. It is Pacomike. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Berlingrad ALE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player himself representing Amantes de StarCraft, currently leading this series 1-0. It is Impact. Not to be confused with the South Korean player Impact, two very different players. Two fans that I'm fond of, though. Two players I'm fond of, I should say. God, I love Impact. Impact, of course, he's the South Korean Zerg player who used to be a lot more active back in the day. He used to be on Team Axiom, and he actually finished up his military service earlier this year, as he did leave at around the same time as Sue. But even though Impact did tweet that he was going to return to StarCraft, and I was really looking forward to it, he didn't. Instead, he went to the gym and got jacked, mate. I highly recommend, if you're interested in the player Impact, check out his Instagram, because he's been posting a lot of photos. He actually got sponsored by Nike just because of how well in shape he is. Like, his thighs are crazy. It's just pure muscle, mate. It's crazy. And he's been having a lot of success there. Now, I guess when he went to the military, he really took up like exercising and working on his body, which makes sense. It is the military, of course. And yeah, he just bulked up and he's looking really good. You think Zest is the chisel toss with the sexiest body in StarCraft? Nah, mate. It's Impact. Of course, this is a different Impact. And we have a bit of a different opener here. We do have a double Adept opener instead. What's important is that Impact does throw down a pylon here on the ramp. What is the purpose of the pylon? To see the two units, and he does see both Adepts as they come out. As long as... Oh, no, he doesn't. I love this. Does he let this finish? He doesn't. We had a rally on the left-hand side instead, and the vision of the pylon wasn't large enough. Impact did not see these two Adepts. Gonna have to try to go in for another scout. Meanwhile, Impact opened up with Double Stalker. Actually, Double Stalker straight into a Robo, so a much more aggressive opener here from Impact. Double Adept, I headed across the map. Do we have a probe in position? We do. So Impact knows about the threat of potential Adepts, and he has two Stalkers waiting on the ramp to meet them. He almost misses them, but there we go. With the star stepping, it looks like the first Adept is going to go down. Boom. Meanwhile, the second one does shade towards the natural. You know what? He kills a probe and he's forced to recall. So at least he was able to delay the natural a little bit, as Pacomike's natural is already on the way here across the map. But I do worry for Pacomike, because Immortals are on the way. Third gateway is on the way as well. Impact is looking to be incredibly aggressive on two bases. What's important, because of this third gateway, Impact just has more production. He just has more units, or he will just have more units. On top of that, very early Immortals are coming out, and Pacomike is in the dark. This scout is so important. He needs to see the production. He needs to see the main base. And here we go. The hallucination is coming across. Oh, no, the interception! No! Oh! Oh, no! Impact was waiting for it. So with that, the hallucination doesn't see the third gateway. He doesn't see the Robo. He doesn't see that a War Prism is coming across the map. Pacomike is in the dark. He sees nothing. He knows nothing. The madman is working on a forge and a Twilight Council. Blink and +1 is not gonna finish. It's the game is gonna end before we get any of these upgrades. Impact, he is rocking on up here with his Stalkers, his Sentries, his Immortals. What do we have at home to defend? We have 3 Stalkers and a Shield Battery. I don't want to call it early, but this may just be over. Oh god, Impact rocks up. He's gonna be able to take down some of these devs. The micro is pretty good. Boys have to be pulled. Pacomike has to pull everything that he has to hold on to survive. He has his own War Prism, so he can micro himself. But probes are falling left and right. More Zealots are being morphed in as well on the front lines here. Impact, he's pushing on in. We do still have an overcharge. It wasn't wasted, but we actually don't have enough energy. Oh boy. Go the pylon. Oh, up. Pylon doesn't go down. Pacomike is holding on. He doesn't have a lot of mining going on because he has all his workers. We have more force fields being thrown down. Aye. Just has to buy time. We do have an Immortal on the way. It's halfway done, but a couple of these depths are gonna be morphing in. No, they're gonna shade into the main. Probes are falling left and right. The main army is still threatening the natural base as well. Forces all the workers off the line into the natural. Oh god. And the Immortal does come out, but it's wasting time here in the main. It's wasting a lot of time trying to chase down these adepts. Looks like Impact has recognized he cannot break his opponent though. Personally, I think that he honestly could have, but he turns around instead. And I think this is okay because Impact, he has a worker lead, you know, he's saturating his natural base, but he is going to be behind in upgrades. Like +1 and Blink is going to be on the horizon here for Pacomike. He's able to finally start his upgrades now that he has survived. Very impressive defense. I do think that Impact was, I don't know, it felt as if there was an opportunity and he was a little bit tentative. He didn't want to throw away his army. He was a little bit scared, so he respected Pacomike quite a bit. Not enough to not harass him though. Oh boy. That's 3 more probes, 4 more probes. Oh, 3 more probes go down. Oh, he shades into the main base. More workers are falling. And this shade is pretty important as well because he confirms that the upgrades are on the way. Meanwhile, we do have a double Immortal drop. Oh my god, we have to recall. We gotta get out of here. We gotta leave. Ooh. Only 1 Immortal survives. Aye. Both the War Prism and the Immortal go down. Oh my god, but the miss rally. We trade an Immortal for an Immortal. Impact, please. And we'll see where things can go from here. Pacomike can hit a timing with an upgrade advantage. Because of the faster forge, +1 is going to finish much faster than his opponent. There is a window here where he can hit, but he has to be careful. He has to be very careful. There's still a War Prism on the map. He's aware of it, by the way. He knows that if he moves out, the War Prism can move in. Quickly looking at the units tab, Impact does have the Immortal lead. Could have been a bigger Immortal lead if he didn't rally his 4th Immortal across the map. And both armies are going to meet. Immortals against +1. Oh, not just +1, but Blink as well. There we go. With the Blink micro, Pacomike, he can just chip away and slow down this army. Oh, picks off 2 more Stalkers. And Impact can't really push out. He can't really push into this. +2 is on the way, so he can just hit a +2 timing if he wants to. There's going to be a period where Pacomike has +2 and Impact has +0. Like just saying that is a reality that we could be living in. Both armies actually miss each other. Yo. Impact, he hallucinates 2 more Immortals. We're having a pseudo base trade. He recalls. Oh my god. I don't know if this is the right move. Could have traded a base for a base and kept on going, but he's forced to recall, and the Stalker army doesn't care about the recall. He just blinks back. He can just outmaneuver this for days. Oh, and he depowers the gateways. No, he tries to go down for it, and he's going to get 1 Immortal for free. just like that, Pacomike, he evens up the worker counts. He's going for DTs. He's fine, mate. He's fine. Is he fine? We'll see. Pacomike, he's coming across the map. He wants to hit that third base. What do we have at home to defend? Still only one Immortal. We have less Stalkers. We do have Force Fields and Overcharge, but yeah, Impact's army is still looking pretty terrifying, even after losing that Immortal. Oh boy, here we go. Here comes the second wave. We do have a couple of hallucinations in here as well. The Colossus just for show, really. Force Fields are looking pretty good, and a lot of Stalkers are going down. Impact has just so much going for him. He even has detection, so these DTs aren't going to do too much either. Like, Impact, he sees everything. And we even have the blink on forward. The army of Pacomike is just being eviscerated. There is detection to the DTs that force to morph into Archons, and they're not going to do anything at all. Impact popping off today, takes out the Zerg Lord, and here in the quarterfinals, he will be taking out Pacomike. GG gets called. And Impact takes the series 2-0. And as the game ends, +2 finishes. Pacomike, he was just hoping he could hold on until his upgrades kicked in. But I'm shocked that he stopped Immortal production, not gonna lie. I mean, to be fair, instead of producing more Immortals, Pacomike, he was going for DTs. He was gambling, he was hoping maybe there wasn't detection. We saw that there was, so the DTs actually did nothing, and that gas investment didn't really pay off there for Pacomike. Oof. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Oh. And with that, MasTeR, he moves on to the semi-finals. Oh my.